Hello friends, welcome to Vigyan Ghar. Here we are with the next video of Delhi University MSc Botany paper 2020. The question is match the items of column 1, 2 and 3 and pick up the correct option given below. The first option of column 1 is IRRI. The International Rice Research Institute is an international agriculture organization in the field of rice research with its headquarters in Philippines. So option P of column 1 matches with option B of column 2 and option 4 of column 3. So the next option of column 1 is CIMMYT. This is the International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center, better known by its Spanish acronym that is CIMMYT, which is a research for developmental organization that develops improved variety of wheat and maize. CIMMYT is known for hosting the world's largest maize and wheat gene bank at the headquarters in Mexico. So option Q of column 1 matches with option A of column 2 and option 3 of column 3. Here the next option of column 1 is CPRI, Central Potato Research Institute, which is situated in Shimla, Himachal Pradesh, involves in potato research in India. So option R of column 1 matches with option C of column 2 as well as option 1 of column 3. The last option for column 1 is CIMAP. This is the Central Institute of Medicinal and Aromatic Plants, which is a frontier plant research laboratory of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, having extending services in the field of Indian medicinal and aromatic plants. Its headquarters of CIMAP is at Lucknow, that is UP. So the option S of column 1 matches with option D of column 2, that is medicinal and aromatic plants, and option 2 of column 3. So our correct option is C. The next question is, which of the following is the center of origin of Arches hypogaea? As we know, the cultivated groundnut, that is Arches hypogaea, it is originated in an area of southern Bolivia and northwestern Argentina on the eastern slope of Andes. This species is basically subdivided into subspecies and botanical varieties that have been found to have a specific geographic distribution in the South America. So our correct option is A, that is South America. The next question is, which one of the following statement is not true for the high resolution map of T4R2 locus developed by Seymour Benger? The T4R2 system, it is an experimental system developed in 1950s by Seymour Benger for studying the substructure of the gene. This experimental system is based on genetic crosses of different mutant strains of bacteriophage T4. While working with the mutant R2T4, he challenged the old concept of gene, which used to consider gene as an intact structure and recombination used to occur between genes. Based on his recombination experiments, he proposed that an individual gene is mere a structure of DNA and recombination is possible within the genes as well. So the fourth statement in the given option is D, that is, his experiments showed that recombination can occur between genes and not within genes. The next question is, which of the following statement is not true? Statement A. Quantitative traits, they are polygenic in nature. This statement is true because quantitative traits, they are phenotypes or characteristics that may vary in degree and can be attributed to polygenic effects that are the products of two or more genes and the environment. Statement B. There can be multiple alleles of a locus, but an diploid individual can have a maximum of two alleles. This is also a true statement. Although multiple alleles they may exist at population level, but an individual human being can only have two alleles for a given gene. These variants may be recessive or dominant. Statement D. Genetic maps they are generally collinear with physical maps. The genetic and physical maps they illustrate the arrangement of genes and DNA markers on a chromosome. This relative distance between positions on a genetic map they are calculated using recombination frequencies, whereas a physical map it is based on the actual number of nucleotide pairs between the loci. So the statement is also true. Then statement C. The two sister chromatids have different allelic configuration. This is the false statement because sister chromatids they are identical copies of one another which are produced during DNA replication. Hence, option C is correct. The next question is the direction of coiling in a pond snail species X exhibits maternal effect, assuming that the coiling is governed by a single locus with two alleles where the dextral coiling is dominant over sinistral coiling. What will be the phenotype of F2 individual if a homozygous sinistral female is crossed with homozygous dextral male? In the given problem, the dextral coiling is normal while sinistral coiling is a mutant character. So the direction of coiling is determined by a pair of nuclear genes, that is capital D for dextral and small d for sinistral. The gene for dextral being dominant over sinistral coiling. So in the given figure, when homozygous dextral male crossed with homozygous sinistral female, the F1 progeny obtained are all sinistral. When a reciprocal cross is made, F1 individuals have capital D small d genotype but are all dextral oriented, as in the female parent. In both the crosses, the F1 are phenotypically similar to that of female parent. Now, the offsprings in both the crosses have the same genotype capital D small d. This is because the genotype of maternal parent determines the phenotype of the offspring. When the F1 sinistral individual was self-crossed, the shell coiling in the F2 generation were all textural. This is because the genes do not segregate in the F2 generation. The type of cleavage depends on organization of the egg, which is established before the maturation division of oocyte nucleus and by the influence of maternal genotype. So our correct option is A, that is all textural. The next question is inheritance of Mn blood types is controlled by codominant alleles M and N. In a population of 200 individuals, the blood types observed were type M equal to 114, type Mn equal to 76 and type Nn equal to 10. If the population is in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, the frequency of alleles M and N will be. Here is the solution for the problem. Formula of frequency of allele M equal to total number of M alleles in a population divided by total alleles in a population. So we have 2 into number of M individuals plus number of Mn individuals divided by 2 into total population. So we can calculate 2 into 114, that is total individuals plus 76 divided by 400 equal to 0.76. Similarly, we can calculate for frequency of allele N. Here total number of N alleles in a population divided by total alleles in a population. So 2 into number of Nn individuals plus number of Mn individuals divided by 2 into total population. So by calculating we get the value 0.24. So our correct option is B. The next question is spontaneous mutations in protein coding genes that do not result in the change of amino acids are termed as. The correct option is C, that is synonymous mutations. This is because synonymous mutations do not alter the amino acids encoded by the affected codon due to the degeneracy of the genetic code, but changes the DNA and RNA sequence. They were viewed as silent mutations and were hence mostly overlooked in cancer genetics. The next question is, a haploid was generated from a plant. The haploid produced perfect bivalence during meiosis. The plant from which haploid was generated was A or N. The explanation for the question is, during meiosis, the number of chromosomes in the parent cell reduces by half and produces 4 gametes. The process results in 4 daughter cells that are haploid, which means they contain half the number of chromosomes of the diploid parent cell. This haploid gamete are produced during meiosis, which is a type of cell division that reduces the number of chromosomes in a parent diploid cells by half. And the basic difference between the autaploidy and alloploidy is that autaploidy is the containment of multiple sets of chromosomes that are derived from the same species, whereas alloploidy is the containment of multiple sets of chromosomes that are derived from different species. So, according to the question, our correct answer is B, that is autotetraploid. The question is, which one of the following statement is not true about isochromosomes? So, what are isochromosomes? An isochromosome is an unbalanced structural abnormality in which the arms of the chromosome, they are mirror images of each other. The chromosomes consist of two copies of either long arm or short arm because isochromosomes formation is equivalent to simultaneous duplication and deletion of genetic material. Consequently, there is partial trisomy of the genes present in the isochromosome and partial monosomy of the genes in the lost arm. Isochromosomes can be created during mitosis and meiosis through a misdivision of the centromere or U-type strand exchange. So, according to the information, the statement B, that is formation of isochromosomes generate deficiency loop, is incorrect. So, our correct option is B. The next question is, what is the mode of inheritance in the pedigree given below? In the given pedigree, we have seen all the generations have at least one affected individual. So the given pedigree is autosomal because in sex-linked, especially in X-linked recessive trait, males are much more affected than females. So now we'll see whether pedigree is dominant or recessive. As it has shown that every affected progeny has affected parent, so the mode of inheritance for the given pedigree is autosomal dominant. So our correct option is A, that is autosomal dominant. The next question is, filling the blanks with the options given in the correct order. The Shine-Delgado sequence pairs with blank 1 present in blank 2. So in the bacteria and bacteriophages, one of the most important determinants is Shine-Delgado sequence that base pairs with the anti-Shine-Delgado sequence, that is GAU, CA, CC, U, CC, UUA, which is localized in the 3' end of 16S ribosomal RNA. So our blank one is 3' end of 16S ribosomal RNA. Moreover, this Shine-Delgado sequence is a ribosomal binding site in the bacteria and archaeal mRNA, generally located around 8 bases upstream of the start codon AUG. The RNA sequence helps recreate the ribosome to the mRNA to initiate protein synthesis by aligning the ribosome with the start codon. The prokaryotic small ribosomal subunit, that is 30S subunit, is the smaller subunit of 70S ribosome, which is found in prokaryotes. The portion of this 30S subunit guides the initiating codon of mRNA into position by recognizing the Shine-Delgado sequence, a complementary binding site about 8 base pairs upstream from the start codon. So our blank 2 includes 30S ribosomal subunit. Accordingly, option D is correct. The next question is transcriptionally active region in eukaryotes. They are known to be blank 1 and generally carry blank 2 mark on the histone proteins. These transcriptionally active regions in eukaryotes, they are known to be hyperacetylated and they generally carry H3K4 methyl mark on the histone proteins. So our correct option is C, that is hyperacetylated and H3K4ME. The next question is the dinucleotide sequence that marks the 5' and 3' end of exon intron junctions are. As we know, introns always have two distinct nucleotides at either end. So at the 5' end, the DNA nucleotides are GT, and in the case of RNA, it is GU. At the 3' end, they are AG. So our correct option is C, that is GT and AG respectively. The next question is a common outcome of infection by plant viruses like tobacco mosaic virus, that is TMV, is likely to be. Basically, this tobacco mosaic virus, it infects tobacco and lots of other closely related species like tomatoes and pepper. It is transmitted by the contact between plants, either naturally or by the farmers. It infects the chloroplast of the plant leaves and changes their color from the green to yellow or white in a mosaic pattern, and they reduce the production of rubisco in the infected cells. So our correct option is C. The next question is translation of multiple polypeptides from a single mRNA doesn't involve. The correct option is B, that is protein translation from only the first AUG codon. The next question is the absence of 5' cap structure in many plant viral RNAs is not associated with. The correct option is A, that is highly conserved 100 nucleotide long cap independent translation element, that is CITE. The next question is carrying capacity is a characteristic feature of. As we all know, as the competition increases and the resources become increasingly scarce, the population reach the carrying capacity, which is denoted by symbol K, of the environment, causing their growth rate to slow nearly to zero. This produces an S-shaped curve of the population growth, which is known as sigmoidal curve or logarithmic curve. So our correct option is B, that is sigmoidal growth curve. The next question is plants such as Prosopis, Acacia and Capparis, they are more likely to occur in. The correct option is A, that is tropical thorn forest. As we know, the tropical thorn forests, they are found in the places where the moisture conditions are intermediate between deserts and savanna on the one hand and seasonal or rainforest on the other hand. And we all know Acacia and Prosopis, they are non-succulent perennial plants, while Capparis, it is a xerophytic shrub. So all these plants, they are most likely to occur in tropical thorn forests. The next question is ecosystem resilience is known to be maximum in. Firstly, what is ecosystem resilience? It is defined as the amount of disturbance that an ecosystem could withstand without changing self-organized processes and structures. And that this is usually seen in case of grassland ecosystems. So our correct option is B, that is grassland ecosystem. The next question is Champion and Seth classified the forest type of Delhi as. In 1968, Sir H. G. Champion and S. K. Seth has used temperature and rainfall data for classifying the Indian forest into different major groups, and a revised survey of forest types of India The forest type maps according to Champion and Shade classification are shown in the following table. So referring to the following table, the forest type of Delhi is tropical thorn forest. So our correct option is B. The next question is, which one of the following models best explain the prey-predator interaction? Our correct option is A, that is Lotka-Volterra model. This is because the Lotka-Volterra model is composed of a pair of differential equations that describe predator-prey dynamics. It assumes that the prey consumption rate by a predator is directly proportional to the prey abundance. This means that the predator feeding is limited only by the amount of prey in the environment. The next question is, the most commonly cited definition for sustainable development was given by. As we know, in 1987, the United Nations World Commission on Environment and Development coined the term sustainable development and is defined as development that meet the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So our correct option is A, that is World Commission on Environment and Development. The next question is, permafrost is present in which one of the following terrestrial biomes? Its correct option is A, that is tundra. This is because the soils of Arctic tundra may remain in a perennially frozen state referred to as permafrost. This permafrost is a ground that continuously remains below 0 degrees Celsius for 2 or more years located on land or under the ocean. The next question is, the effective date for applying the principle 3, that is priority of publication of nomenclature, is. The formal starting date for purpose of priority is 1st May 1753, that is the publication of species Plantarum by Linnaeus. So our correct option is C, that is 1st May 1753. This priority is a fundamental principle used as a guiding tool in modern botanical nomenclature and zoological nomenclature. Essentially, it is the principle of recognizing the first valid application of a name to a plant or animal. The next question is, the hypothesis that South Asian region, including Northeast India, served as a cradle of angiosperms, was given by. Explanation for this question is, India is a unique biodiversity due to its varied physical environment, latitude, altitude, geology, and climate, as well as India is considered as a sanctuary of primitive flowering plants. So the occurrence of such a large number of primitive angiosperms led Tuck in 1969 to designate this region as the cradle of flowering plants. So our correct option is D, that is Edmund Tuck. The next question is, gynoecial features such as bicarpellary, syncarpous, bilocular, superior ovary with axile presentation, oblique septum, swollen placenta, simple style, and bilobed stigma are typical of. All the gynoecial features, they are similar to that of family Solanaceae. In the Solanaceae family, gynoecium is bicarpellary, syncarpous with bilocular ovary in axile presentation with swollen placenta. Here, oblique septum occurs in the ovules. There are some other features of family Solanaceae. They have alternate leaves, flowers are solitary or terminal or axillary, flowers are pentamerous, actinomorphic, hypogynous, calyx persistent, gamosepalous, and corolla gamopetalous. So our correct option is D, that is Solanaceae family. The next question is, a diagrammatic representation of a relationship tree having branch length proportional to amount of character change is termed as. The correct option is D, that is phylogram. The next question is specimen selected from the original material when no holotype is available is called. The correct option is B, that is lectotype. Here, lectotype is a specimen or any other material which is selected from the original material as cited by the author when holotype is not available. The next question is the suffix "Opsida" indicates which of the following ranks of plant kingdom. Actually, in the classification of plants, different suffixes are used to represent the various taxonomic categories. That is, for kingdom, suffix used is AE. For division, suffix used is phyta. For class, suffix used is Opsida. So our correct option is B, that is class. The last question is the standard acronym for Central National Herbarium is. Basically, the Central National Herbarium, it is popularly known as Calcutta Herbarium, that is CAL, which is one of the oldest and largest herbaria in the world. Presently, this herbarium possesses about 2 million herbarium sheets belonging to nearly 350 families of higher plants, which are arranged according to Bentham and Hooker system of classification. So our correct option is D, that is CAL. Thank you. Do like, share and subscribe the channel.